Look around you. Where you are right now, as you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you just get to do something. Stop waiting for manna to fall from heaven.
Never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Nnamdi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.
Welcome, everyone. Today is the day. I have an excellent guest in the house, Nnamdi Ibe, and just like he has always said, and how this program has always been, it has been about, telling it real as real can be. Today, we will be talking about a lot of things. Let me see. I think we're having some small technical difficulties. 1 second, please. Let's just be sure everything is good. Okay. I will take a break while we try and fix this. Just start connecting and we will try and fix this.
Look around you. Where you are right now, as you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you just get to do something. Stop waiting for manna to fall from heaven.
Never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Ononobi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.
Welcome to Connect with Simeon Ononobi. Today we will be connecting as usual with distinguished people, guys that have been making Nigeria great, guys, girls that have been making Nigeria great in different sectors, different endeavors in life. And today we have Ibe Nnamdi. He is someone you need to hear, you need to speak with. He has been helping organizations grow. He has been helping businesses grow. And the fun fact is, he started from area market. Like, he needs to tell you the story, how he left university, went to the modern market, like a rural market down in Abia State, and tried to get business knowledge. And today he's been dealing in things that you would only dream of. He has been training businesses. He has been growing businesses. He has a growing consulting firm. He invests millions of naira in different businesses. He is an icon. He is an enigma, and someone I am so proud to have today. So today we'll be recording this program live, and we'll also be putting it on our YouTube page. You can also log in, tell your friends, family about it, because you really need to listen to Nnamdi speak. And we'll be having him in the studio. Nnamdi, welcome to the studio.
Hi everyone. Simeon, how you doing?
Yeah. I'm very good. I'm very good. And thanks for participating in this show. Thanks for coming on the air. Thanks for joining us. We want, we tell ourselves that this program is a realities of life. It's not about any lies or things that people say normally when you ask them, wait, how did you make it? How did you make it? You hear, yesterday I was a pauper, today I'm a billionaire. How did that just come up? And they don't have excuses or explanations to that. So we tell it as it is. We train people, we teach people, we grow people, and that's what this program is about. And also it's to tell the stories of people that are doing great things in Nigeria. If we don't tell our own stories, we will tell our stories. So thank you for coming into the program today. As usual, as customary, we talk about our stories, yesterday, today, and what the future holds.
Okay.
I know you very well. I mean, I have seen you speak. I have seen you train. I have seen you grow businesses. I have even seen you invest in companies. Your own, millions of naira. And the truth of the matter is, everybody yearns to get to that level. I know we started from Futo. Please, can you take us through your story? I know we're Futo together. We schooled in Futo. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, I schooled in Futo. Yes, I did school in Futo. and Nnamdi was one of my colleagues then in school. I was a schoolmate, and he left after school and went to Ariara Market, for not Shell, not Chevron, not UBA. He went to Ariara Market. Please take us through your story.
Okay, so Simeon, before I proceed, I'm going to ask for permission. I need permission to be blunt. I don't know how to do things that are politically correct. I say it as it is.
Please go ahead.
I will need you to remind me during the course of our conversation to discuss or to talk about why I don't believe in follow your passion.
Okay.
I need you to remind me on that so that I don't miss that. And so, sometimes people start their journeys knowing clearly where their destination is. Sometimes also people know where the destination is and they know how to get there. Other times people don't even know where the destination is or even how to get there. I think mine was a combination of both. I had always known, okay, so when growing up, my father wanted me to be a medical doctor. I did love medicine, but I hated the sight of blood. So medicine wasn't an option for me. I just knew that because my dad was a civil servant, but he always believed in multiple sources of income. So he used to do contracts on the side for PHE, for NEPA back then. And I enjoyed that whole being able to do some business and all of that. That was what was thrilling for me. The concept of being able to provide value and receive, you run things yourself. And so when Futo, I think around when I was writing my final papers, I had a relative of mine who had a personal issue. So he had an accident. I don't want to give details, but he was incapacitated from his business for a while. And I was the only person who was available to come assist. And so as I wrote my last paper in Futo, by the next day, I went straight to Port Harcourt, and I literally managed his pharmacy for 2 years in Port Harcourt. Now, let me tell you the Araria story. Now, running his business, his major contract, our major client at the time was NLNG Bonny. And so he was the biggest pharmaceutical supplier to NLNG Bonny at the time. And I was managing that transaction. But we had to get our drugs from two sources, from Nigeria and out of the country. The ones that were coming from out of the country were no issues. They didn't give us any challenges. But those that were coming from Aba and places like Onitsha, it's either they had packaging issues, they had invoice issues. They just were, all they wanted to hear was, Ellen, what do you want? I almost spoke Igbo. Ellen Hechoro. That is, what do you want? They just put it together and they send it to you anyhow. But LLNG had standards. It still has standards. That was how I actually learned business process. Because LLNG had, this is how you package this, and this is how you present this, and this is how you do invoicing and all of that. And so I would receive the drugs, they will send them to me in Port Harcourt. I will now spend 2 days bringing the products up to the standard and packaging that NLNG required. And that was tedious work for me because the orders were increasing and it was crazy. So I decided, look, I'll be going to this Aba myself. And so I'll go to Aba myself. Sometimes I'll do this journey in Aba to Aba twice a day. Sometimes I'll spend the whole day in Aba. So literally, sometimes I even spent the night in Aba because the orders were plenty. And so I had to sit down with these guys in the market and begin to observe, because before you can change something, you need to have an understanding of the thing first. And so I sat down there with them in area market and understood how they were doing their businesses, where the orders were coming from, where they were importing from, what the issues were. And I began to work with them to fine-tune how to do those things. And so by learning how they did things and begin to suggest to them that, look, you can package this thing differently like this and send it to your customers. It makes things easier for you. Being able to do that with them, work with them and convince, some of them were actually stark illiterates. Convince some of them to begin to do things in a proper manner meant I could make 2 deliveries in a day, as opposed to 1 in 3 days. And then spending that time with them in the market also gave me one advantage. I learned how to sell the crude way.
Wow.
So I learned how to sell, which wasn't what I was used to. So I saw them. You see these things they talk about, you walk into an Igbo man's shop, and if you walk in there with $1 million, you probably will not live with it. I saw it with my 2 eyes. If you come into this pharmacy store, this person who sells drugs, or any store at all, and he doesn't have what you sell, he'll tell you, wait, let me go to the other warehouse and bring it. He's going to his customer stores or other people. When he finds it, he brings it and he makes it available to you. What that taught me is, in doing business, the products don't actually have to be only yours. You are in business to make as much money as possible for as long as possible by all legal means. So if it means that you actually have to sell other people's products, by all means, do that. I'm opening negotiations with somebody. Our core is business consulting. I'm opening conversation with somebody now who I hope it sails through. She has this incredible, Choma Ifeanyi, she has this incredible device that makes bookkeeping and all of that easy. I'm going to get those devices and I'm going to sell it as many places as possible, and the company will make money. And so I learned that from my experience in Aba, that you're in business to make money. You don't necessarily need to be the one who creates the solution, but you can be part of selling the solution. Yes, I know there are conversations about build an empire. Dangote has built his empire first by distributing the cement successfully. And then he moved towards, okay, let me manufacture the cement. That is moving up the value chain. You have to actually be able to, it's easier for you to be able to sell Gari. Gari is a staple food here in Nigeria. You need to be able to sell Gari successfully first. Before it's easier for you to succeed selling Gari, and then you move to producing the Gari to sell, than producing and start looking for the market. Many business owners continue to struggle because they are focused on creating a product and then looking for the market. You will struggle to, it's too difficult for you to produce results.
Wow.
However, if you find a market and create products to solve the problems that market has, you will make a killing. I had a strategy session today with a client, and she's talking about, she was trying to struggle with what to do next in her business, that her products are not selling. I said, look, because you're focusing on the wrong thing. It's not about your products. What's the market that is available to you right now? And she says, okay, I have a lot of parents and this around me. I said, that's good. So your market now is parents. What are the problems they have? How to take care of, how to keep the kids busy, how to feed the kids because the kids are getting fat, how to educate the kids, how to do this for the kids, how to entertain the kids. I said, good. So the market that you have now, this market you've identified, these are the problems that they have. Can you solve any of them? And she says, yes, I can teach maths to kids. I said, good. You are here breaking your head about this must be the product that you sell. Meanwhile, there is a market, you have the problems are right in front of you, and you can solve one of those problems. So why aren't you selling that? And so I digressed a bit, and so I moved from that area market, and then I worked with I ran that business for 2 years, and then I went on to do other businesses of my own. But that period, unplanned, it wasn't intentional, but it just happened. But because my mind was tuned to the fact that, look, in everything that you do, there is a lesson. In everything that you do, there is a lesson. It is your job to tell yourself that I will not look at the problems, I will not look at the challenges. I will focus on what the lessons are, and I will apply those lessons to everything that happens to me in my life. I'll tell you the truth, Simeon. I started the businesses I started being a consultant. I started consulting before I went to any business school. I started consulting before I went for any training or certification in management consulting or anything, simply from the experience I gained in that jungle. And so wow. There are things that you can do. There are things that you know how to do. There are experiences you have around you. You're belittling simply because you think it has to get to a particular standard. It must be packaged like this. And I wish I could drop a link. I'll drop a link. I'll send you later, Senior. Some of my first videos. Look, perfection is a myth. I
mean, there's some things that you said that actually I want to draw attention to.
Please go ahead.
The fact that in the Igbo settings, when people, a lot of people have spoken about this around the world. When somebody walks into your store and has a trunk load of money, that money must not leave your store. That is something that there's a skill to it. There is this skill that has been adopted by a lot of people. It's something that we've tried to train, try to teach, try to help other people with. How do you make sure that someone that walks into your business does not leave with the money? How do you make sure you don't have excuses like, boss, we don't have this, or boss, we cannot deliver this, or boss, we can't do this? Because at the end of the day, it is actually collaboration. You are collaborating with other people's businesses that are supposed to be competitors. How do you collaborate with your competitor? Because that's what important. How do you collaborate effectively with your competitor? Because in a market where you have everybody selling building parts, or a market where you have everybody giving agricultural products, how do you compete how do you collaborate with a competitor? Please, you need to hammer that home. How do you naturally just wake up and this is your competitor next door, but you go pick up his product and sell for him? How do you do that?
When you're designing the strategy, when you're thinking about long term for your business, focus on your dream and focus on your business. But when you're implementing strategies for your business, remove you from the focus and focus on the customer. The reason why the Igbo man in quote is able to make sure that he sells to you is because his focus is on solving your problem. You came there with that money because you have a problem. And he will task it upon himself that even if it means I have to talk to my enemy, I have to talk to my friend, I have to go 5 streets, I have to enter 20 shops to solve this customer's problem, I will do it. We need to begin to think in those directions. We need to accept that collaboration is the new competition. This video is a collaboration. This session we're doing is a collaboration. We need to accept that competition is for poor people. Collaboration is what makes the difference.
Wow, I need to write that down. Competition is for poor people. Collaboration is what makes the difference. Now, there are exceptions. The exceptions are if you have big enough, I remember I told you I can be very blunt. If you have big enough balls to be able to dominate a market, dominate it, and you are a monopoly, now that's fine. But remember that while you do that, there will be other people who will want to come and compete with you, even though you're a monopoly. And so make sure you have strategies to compete with yourself, even though you're in a monopoly. There's a brand here in Port Harcourt that owns it owns one major bread line, and then they introduced another bread line. And both bread lines are competing, but all the revenue is going to that one company. Yeah. So they have 2 brands competing for monopoly as opposed to just one. However, if you're not a monopoly and cannot afford to do business as a monopoly, I beg of you, pay attention to how you can collaborate, particularly this period. Competition is for poor people, for small-minded people. Collaboration is what makes the difference. Wow. Nnamdi, you are blowing my mind. This is something I think I know, but I've never really seen it the way you have actually put it. And I mean, we really need to deal with this because it has become a problem for everyone. Everybody thinks about, I call it I pass my neighbor mentality. I own a bigger generator. Why must it be you? Why must it be you? My business is in VI or is in Lekki or is in, the biggest places in Abuja. People forget that small store in Idumota, in Ariara Market, is making a kill. Why? Because they've learned a simple art of actually collaborating. This now makes sense to me because when you walk into a store, I just realized that these guys never let you go. They never ever let you go. They give you their card, give you their phone number, and they tell you, Oga, don't worry, I'm going to warehouse. And apparently, warehouse means I'm going to go and talk to my enemy. I'm going to go and talk to my friend. I'm going to go and talk to grandmother. that this customer does not leave me. Now, and that's a big problem that people need to learn. Like, this is something that just hit home, because a lot of us have forgotten that we need to collaborate. In Africa, that has been a biggest problem. I said it some weeks back where I realized that I started buying shares, and when I was looking at those that own shares, I realized that Microsoft actually has shares in Facebook. I realized that Facebook has, in Amazon, and I'm like, wait, these guys understand how to actually keep their enemies closer. They know how to focus on the customer. They want me to make sure I get whatever I want. So like you just blew my mind. Like, please, just give us more, please.
Let me tell you a story, and I say this particularly to those who focus more on the title of business owner, or who want to be, it's my business, Nami Getam. So 2000, within that, in fact, 1 year after I had started running my cousin's business, and this is actually why I left, around that period, I started a company called buyme.com. This was before there was any Konga, Deal Day, or anything. So the idea was to run an e-commerce store in Nigeria. By then, there was no company like that. But I was in Port Harcourt, and internet penetration wasn't as much as what we have right now. And so I was aware that we needed to do a lot of publicity, particularly in a place like Lagos. And so we had designed the sites, done everything, and it was me, my cousin, and we got in one other person who joined us on the team. And we put everything together, and we were looking for investors. And so we were looking for, I think, 15 million naira at the time, which was a lot of money back then. It still is even now. But somehow, after about 5-6 months, we found someone who was willing to give us, I think, 25 million naira. But he wanted 51% of the company. Now, at the time, in my mind, I'm like, who the hell is this guy? Where is he coming from? He wants to come and own my business. What not? After I've suffered.
Ooh. We just lost Nnamdi. I will try and get him back. Let's just take a break, and I will try and get Nnamdi back shortly.
Look around you. Where you are right now, as they're watching this, look around your house. There are.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I got you back.
All right.
Yes, you were saying. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So he offered us 25 million naira for 51% of the company, and I kept saying, who is this guy? You don't know where we started from. You don't know this and that. You don't know that. And so myself, my cousin, and the other partner, we refused. So currently, Simeon, as I speak to you now, myself and these guys, we currently own 100% of a business that doesn't exist. 5% of something that works is far better than 100% of something that is dead. Let me even rephrase it. 10% of 10 billion is far better than 100% of 1 million. The size of your dream, the size of your vision will prove to you that you can't do this alone. Check even the billionaires. If you look at Zuckerberg, you look at Bill Gates, they don't own 100% of their companies. And so why are we afraid of working with other people? Why are we afraid of collaborating with other people? You're just one person. There's a limit to what you can do. Do you know that if you made an offer to key employees, so and I do that in my companies, let's say you want to hire a CFO, or you want to hire a chief marketing officer or something, and you know that you will need to pay them, say, 7.2 million per annum or something like that, and you can't afford that. Why not try giving them maybe 500,000 naira a month, and then give them 10% or 5% equity in the company. That way, they are working to pay themselves. And that whole headache is out from you. Somebody else is handling it. We need to begin to tell ourselves that, look, passion is not enough. You need people. You need to focus on people. You need to focus on the customers. You need to focus on people you need to work with to climb the ladder faster. You need to focus on your employees. Many of us treat our employees like slaves. They are not. These are people who are paying attention to solve problems for your customers. So why do we treat them as if they don't matter? Do you know that there are business owners who have not spoken to their employees? They had to shut down because of this COVID-19, and they've not spoken to their employees since that time. No text message, no nothing. You just assume that they will understand. There are business owners who did not pay their employees salaries this period, and they had the money. And so when these people decide to steal from you, you say that it's village people, or you say it's their fault. I'm not justifying stealing. That's not my point. Let me be clear. I am saying that where you are right now in your business may not be your fault, but it's your responsibility. If a baby is dropped in your house, it's Simeon. So I was teaching some people on Sunday, and I shared this example. So let's say someone drops, you wake up in the morning and you hear a baby crying at your doorstep, and you go and check, and you see it's a 2-month-old baby. And there's a note there that says, Adekunle, I have tried to take care of this child by myself. It's not working. C is your response. Anything you want to do with the child is your business. You didn't see the person who dropped that note. There is nobody in your house named Adekunle. There is nobody, in fact, in the whole block, there's nobody named Kunle there. Now, none of what has happened here is your fault, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that baby suddenly becomes your responsibility. You decide whether you will call child services. You decide whether you will call the police. You will decide whether you will ignore the baby. You will decide whether you will drive out, take the baby and go and drop the baby in the street. You will decide whether you start knocking on your neighbor's doors to ask them if there's anybody named Adekunle. You see how all of these actions begin with you doing. It's the same thing for your business. So many things that will happen in your business will not be your fault, but they are your responsibility. They are your responsibility to address. They are your responsibility to correct. And so, anytime I sit down with business owners and they are always talking about, is this person's fault? I can't find good employees. You're not ready. You're not ready. It's your responsibility to figure out how to attract and keep qualified employees. If you can't do it, outsource it to people like me to help you. That's why we're consultants. You think you can, there are things I can't do for, I'm a business consultant, but I also own a consulting company. These are two different things. So there are things I can't do for my business. And so I outsource those things for other people to do. If you're comfortable as a business owner, you're comfortable paying schools to train your children, if you're comfortable paying a filling station to give you petrol, if you're comfortable going to a supermarket to buy noodles, then you should be comfortable paying for expertise and the quality kind of solutions your business needs. Why not you go ahead and make your noodles in the house, or go and drill your own crude oil and process your own petrol? You're comfortable paying the experts to work with you. Your business needs a particular quality of people to work with. So if you can't pay them, figure out how you can attract them and keep them in your business. Internship is a very good way to attract qualified hands. Hire interns, okay? In Nigeria here, we have youth corps members. Approach the NYSC center and hire some of them. We can't do this alone. It limits your thinking.
Oh. I mean, I'm enjoying myself, and I see myself just, trying to take in as much as I can. Guys, if you have questions, please post your questions. This is going to, I'm definitely going to bring in Nnamdi back because we have a lot to talk about. Nnamdi, I try to, break down things so that I can understand it and take it in bits. So I've learned, a customer walks into your store, don't let that customer go. Talk to your enemy, call whatever. Just make sure that customer does not leave. Go to area market and learn it. Go to Idumota and learn it. People are billionaires just from doing that. Now, the next thing is treat those around you like they matter. That way, you can get the best quality staff to work with you. And even if you can't pay them, you can offer them something. Now, but there's this question around offering them shares. A lot of Nigerians do not really understand what it is offering shares. So can you like break that down so that people listening, staff listening, students of economics listening would understand what it means to actually own shares in what they are part of?
You can see this, right? So let's call this company Simeon Ononobi and Sons and Brothers and Sisters Limited. This is Simeon Limited. This is 100% of the company. Okay. I have divided the company into two. The company now has 2 shares. So if Simeon owns this one and I own this one, Simeon owns 1 share and I own 1 share. That means the company has 2 shares.
Yep.
I have divided into 4. So the company has 4 shares. And so what it means to own shares is you own part of the company. You own part of the company. It means that when profit comes into the company, you get a percentage that represents the part that you own. That's what shares basically means. It means that you are a part owner. If I'm tempted to speak pidgin, if then they share land, you go get share. If they are sharing a profit, you will get a percentage, you get a share. That's what it basically means. It also means that you have a voice in the company. Because if you own something, you also join with the creation and implementation of policy. You also have a voice in who runs the company and how it is run. So the more shares you have, the more voice that you have. It's as simple as that. And so we are basically saying, instead of owning the whole shares in the company and you're confused and all the headache and pressure is on you, can you take 1 share or take 5 shares or take 10% of the shares and divide it to 4 experts and say, you are chief financial officer. This is 5% of the company. You are chief marketing officer. This is 5% of the company. You are head of HR. This is 2% of the company. Now, you will not get these percentage shares until you prove your worth after 1 year or after 2 years. The shares will be in your name, but you have to earn it.
That is called vesting. I agree. I understand that.
So that people don't, or you say, okay, if you work with us for this period of time as manager or as this, after so and so time, we will allocate to you 1% shares or this amount of shares for you. You will now join us as a shareholder and be part of the board or something. You just get people who will work with you with their sweat, blood, and soul. All of that because they believe that they own something with you. That's the conversation around share.
I mean, guys, I would not be taking Nnamdi back. This is a recorded video, so you can always watch this on our YouTube page. Go to Connect with Simeon on YouTube, like the page, subscribe to it, and you can get this video for free. You've explained that, and staff. I mean, in my company, we now have, we started as 3 co-founders. Now we have 4 co-founders because we had to give one person ginormous shares to join the company because we couldn't lose that person. And now we're trying to figure out how we can get other people to join the company and become part of it. But a lot of people still struggle with this. Like, I have a question, and I'm going to pose this question here now. So Chuka Camera says, can you please throw light on the difference between partnership and collaboration? Which do you advise a startup to adopt?
Okay, so legally, a partnership is basically an agreement that clearly defines, I will do this, you will do this. It's complete. A partnership is complete. Partnership, most times, there's no room for adding any other thing unless two of you come and review that partnership again. And so me and Simeon will go ahead and start a company together. We start a project together. We are partners. I will play this role. Simeon will play this role. It is clearly defined. Collaboration is, look, whatever we need to do to pull off this shared goal, we will do it.
So the area market boys,
they are collaborating. They are collaborating. So there is no agreement between. So let me give you an example. And one comedian also shared this. So if you walk into the area, if you go into an area, or even those markets, water markets too, good. If you go there and you walk into somebody's store who doesn't have something, and he says, "Let me take you to a warehouse." When he takes you, he will just be looking around for somebody who he knows has that product. When he gets in there, he will do something like stamping his feet on the ground. That's a sign to the people in the store that, look, I'm bringing market here. We are going to collaborate. There is no written agreement. There is no partnership. The owner of the shop will even be calling the guy who brought the customer there, will be calling him Oga. Oh, that's collaboration. Collaboration means we do whatever.
In that second you walked in, that's what becomes his own.
It becomes his own. And then everybody will attend to him. The sale will be made. Everybody will go. Later in the day, he will come back and ask them, so what did we sell? Bring out your sales book. So we sold this number. Give me my commission. And he goes back to his shop.
And he keeps the customer.
That's collaboration. And he keeps the customer. And he keeps the customer. He keeps the customer. It's as simple as that. And so it must.
The customer doesn't go to the new warehouse.
Come back there.
They go to him.
They go to him. Simple. What will you advise a startup to adopt? It depends on what you want to achieve. Okay, if what you want to achieve is straightforward, it is clearly defined, and you know you will not need more than these two people or more than this one person, by all means, do a partnership. Excel and Grace Consulting, most consulting firms run by partnerships. So that's why you have managing partner, senior partner, so good partnerships. However, if what you intend to do would require you to do things with people at spur of the moment, you will need to work with different people at different times without them owning a percentage of the company or owning the business or working with you for a very defined period of time. You just collaborate with them to get a particular objective met. By all means, do collaboration.
Cool.
I hope I've answered you, Chuka.
Chuka, please, if you feel this has been answered, drop a comment so that we know you are comfortable with the answer you've gotten. Thank you. So, please, if you have questions, drop it. We've got to the point where we need to start asking questions because Nnamdi has a lot to share. Nnamdi, you have, I've been trying to teach collaboration for a long time, and truthfully, you have made it. Even my grandmother in the village would understand what it means to collaborate. Okay, so Chuka says yes, he is okay.
Okay.
So, it has just blown my mind how we need this in Africa, because I see a lot of, during Christmas when we go back home, everybody wants to go back to the village. You see these young boys that you see normally in the market, tattered clothes, unkept surroundings, but hey, they are making millions. And you ask yourself, I am dressed in an office. I have every how do you put it, big manism.
I have all the qualifications.
Every qualification you can talk about. But yet, someone is, making millions just by understanding the rudiments of business. It now makes me wonder, what I'm learning in business school, is it really, really working compared to these boys that, go serve someone for 6 years, they become like expert businessmen. Like, you don't understand. Where do I learn like core business ethics? Because I can't learn these things from school. I mean, I go to Harvard. They don't teach me if a customer walks in with money, make sure the customer doesn't leave. They don't teach you collaboration the way you learn it from the market. So it now suggests to me that the street is different from the class. How do you bring this together?
Okay, I think we need to accept as business owners that what works for A doesn't work for B. What works for Simeon may not work for Nnamdi. As our faces are different, so are our problems. We must be conscious of the fact that when you learn something, your responsibility it's your responsibility to take what you've learned and adapt it to suit where you are. Somebody can be watching this video now from Scotland, take the lessons from this, but they've got to apply it to the Scottish environment, to the Scottish business environment. If you're watching this from Abuja and you take these lessons, you've got to adapt it to the business environment in Abuja. That means you have to be aware of what is happening in the streets. Many of us don't pay attention to what is happening in our industry. How many people in your, do you know the top selling or the highest selling or the best paid industry giants in your industry? So let's say you're a baker now. Who is the number one baker in Nigeria? Who is the number one baker in Africa? Who are the top 3 in your state? Do you know? Do you follow them? You're not following them to get oppressed by them. You're following them to keep an eye on the street. Do you talk to your customers? We're talking about how to get street knowledge. Do you just sit down in your office and bark out instructions, or do you actually go into the street? There's a friend of mine, Zainab. She sells perfumes. You and Zainab knows what is happening at every level of her business. She's not the person who does most of the things, but she's in the street. Once in a month, she goes into the market so that she hears what the suppliers are saying. She sells to customers at least once a week so that she interacts with them. She knows what is happening. Are you aware of, so typical example, every week, every Sunday, we host a Zoom session for all our clients, our premium clients, just to hear from them. These are people that we've seen most likely during the week, or we've had engagements with them. But we just do this session with them, CEOs and MDs. We are not teaching anything. We just ask them questions, and they talk, and they say, okay, I tried this didn't work, and we just listen to them. That helps us frame and adapt the solutions we offer to them tomorrow or the next day to solve that problem they are telling us. And so we must pay attention to what the street is saying. The street is actually smart. So get out of your office, get off social media. There's a simple exercise I can give you right now to understand what the street is saying. Send a message to 3 of your friends, and then 3 of your best customers, or 5 of your customers, as many as you can.
We just lost Nnamdi again.
I'm back. You got me?
Okay. Yes.
Hello, Simeon.
Go ahead.
Hello. I'm here.
Go ahead.
You got me?
Yes. Go ahead. Yes.
Good. So I'm saying, send this message to 3 to 5 of your friends and 3 to 5 of your best customers. Ask them these 3 questions. Number 1, let them write out 3 things they know you do well as a business owner. I didn't say as a business. I mean as you, the business owner. Let them tell you 3 things they know you do well as a business owner. 2, 3 things they know they love about your business. That's 3 things you do well as a business. And then they should also tell you 3 things they wish you could improve on in your business. I guarantee you will learn things that you did not pay attention to. It's as simple as that. You can try to use emails, you can use WhatsApp so that it feels personal. You can use phone calls and then write out what they are saying. 3 things they know that you are good as a business owner. 3 things they know that they love about your business or that they know your business does exceptionally. And 3 things they wish you will improve on. Trust me, you will learn new things. That's a simple way you can get information about the street.
Wow. I am getting a lot of comments, a lot of feedback. Guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for streaming. I have also comments from people saying, hey, we can't join the program all the time. And that's why we're recording it, so that you can always go back to the YouTube and watch it. This is great content. This is great content. Nnamdi, you're blowing my mind. You almost have to come back immediately, because we have a lot to teach. We have a lot to train people. A lot of business owners are watching. A lot of staff are watching. A lot of people are watching. And we've kind of covered everybody. We've even covered investors. So, and I'm going to take out this. I like to put it in bites. First, try to collaborate. Nnamdi says collaborate. Nnamdi had to go learn it from Ariara Market, but understood one thing. If a customer walks into your store and wants to pay, whether it's business that has a store or an office, whether it's business that is technology, whatever it is, a customer wants to pay you, don't let that customer go. Collaborate. If you don't have financial payments, go and collaborate with those that have it to collect your money. If you don't have a website, go and collaborate with those that have it to collect your money.
Exactly.
That you keep that customer. Don't let that customer. The customer is the king that you need to keep. So whatever it takes, talk to your enemies, talk to your friends, talk to your family. Make sure that customer does not leave you, and make sure that customer understands you, because you are solving a need for that customer. Number 2, Nnamdi also told us, if you cannot get the best staff, this is something that is even being taught to me now. If you cannot get the best staff, try and woo them.
You cannot afford
the best staff. Use your shares, bring them into the company, because owning 1% of a $1 billion business is better than owning 100% of zero naira business. So, and he gave us analogies, real life examples. And I'm trying to catch up with those that just joined. Number 3, he told us, and this is something that somebody also posted, and I would take it from Ebenezer. Nnamdi says, competition is for poor people. Collaboration makes the difference. Collaboration makes the difference. Nnamdi Ibe said that. And I'm going to quote him, because it is something I'm going to even put. I might even bring it up and put it in my office so that people can say it. So because we need to chicken out from this mindset of Nami Geta, it is my own. Let us collaborate to make a difference. I also see one of my guests in the future, a HR expert. He's also part of this. Kingsley, thanks for coming in. And Kingsley tried to make some comments in trying to help us understand why Harvard schooling doesn't really help, because he says their needs and wants are different from yours. What you consider essentials of life, but they consider it luxury. He also says that the Ariara boy does not take a vacation. They don't live in upstate part of town. They just focus on the business. And this is great. This is great. Thank you very much. We have just about 8 minutes more to go. So I'm definitely going to bring back Nnamdi. Definitely, Nnamdi, you cannot say no to me. I'm going to chase you to the ends of the earth so that I can bring you back to this program. And get to learn. I know you must have some trainings that you give. Are you going to can you drop some of those trainings so that people can actually come around and learn from you and try and understand more of the business?
Okay, so at the moment we're choosing not to do online trainings per se, but we're choosing to work one-on-one. Myself and my team, we're choosing to work one-on-one with business owners, because I have noticed that particularly in this period, a lot of people are bottling so much pain. A lot of people are bottling so much anxiety and fear, and they may not be able to express that fear in a public environment. And so we do strategy sessions where you sit down with either myself alone or myself and my team or any member of our team, and you just pour out your heart. What are your problems? What are the things that are bothering you? And we help you come up with solutions and an action plan. Look, it's not what you know that counts. It's what you do because of what you know. So we will work with you and come up with an action plan, which we will hold you accountable for. And so that's what we're offering to business owners at the moment. Okay, we could do a strategy for you to address your most pressing problems. I don't know where to send the link or the phone numbers so that you can
please, I'm going to be getting his details. Please shoot me an email, connect with Simeon at Gmail. Caption it, I need to speak with Nnamdi Ibe urgently, and I will definitely pass it on to him. I'll also get his details and I'll post it in our next program.
That would be nice. I'll be here. This has been fun. You know the funny thing, I have a program like this that we do on Instagram. I mentioned it to you. So I'm usually on the other side.
Yeah, if you want to ask me the question.
I'm the one asking.
Yeah, we're actually on Instagram. We're still talking about how within the team we're still trying to figure out, do we do Tuesdays on YouTube or do we do Instagram? Because Instagram doesn't allow us to multicast to multiple platforms. Yeah. That's where we're having issues with Instagram. But we're trying to actually look at I'm talking to doing it on Instagram. I promised last week, and I'm going to share this with Nnamdi. I will be reading books, and I'll be sharing with people what books I'm reading and how this will be helping me. And this is the current book I'm reading, 1 Million Followers by Brandon Kane. It is a great, great book. Don't tell me Nnamdi has it.
No, let me show you the two I'm reading.
So this is a book I'm reading, and it's a dynamite. It is a dynamite.
I'm reading this one.
Oh, okay. The subtle art of not
giving.
Cool.
What is that? Then this is the second one. Money making and management methods. Now, let me tell you a brief story about this. One of our external consultants, now I'm talking about selling something that you didn't create. One of our external consultants wrote this book. We published it and we're selling it. Can you see this?
Wow.
I didn't write, the only thing I wrote was the foreword. But that doesn't stop us from making money from this. So if you want this book, I'll also send details to Simeon. There's an ebook and there's a hard copy. It's 3,000 naira and we'll make it available to you. Okay?
Cool. I mean, this is for me. There's a lot of things you've taught, and that's one thing I missed, and I need to bring it back so that people that did not join us from the beginning can join us, who could understand that. Nnamdi said something. I think we just lost Nnamdi, but we'll get him back.
I'm here.
Okay, cool. Nnamdi said something. Nnamdi said that. Nnamdi said something. Nnamdi said you don't necessarily have to be the one that created the product. To sell the product. Number one. Number two, he also said that if you want to create rice, or you want to sell milk, or you want to create milk to sell, why not start with selling the rice that you have other people produce? See that there is a market need for it before you start producing your own. And that has taught me a lot of lessons. So, 4 basic lessons I've learned today. One, collaboration is, from today onward, guy, you come into my space. Number two, we need to sell. We need to trust the market by selling what is available to everybody around us. Once that is available, once that is to be sold, then you can now start, making your own to sell. Number three, if you don't have enough, if you are not buoyant enough to pay the best guys around you, give them shares. Share what you have with them so that, even though you can't afford them, they would understand and they will build this company with you.
Barter also works. Barter also works. I give you a service, you give me a service.
You're coming back. Don't give us everything now. You're coming back. You're definitely coming back. We're now trying to want to call you back. No
problem.
You're coming back. You're definitely coming back.
No problem.
Now you talked a lot, and Nnamdi, I really, really appreciate you. We don't know it all, and I really, really 100% appreciate you. We just have about 2 minutes more to go. Thank you very, very much, Nnamdi, for coming. You have been awesome. Everybody's saying thank you. Everybody's saying I learned a lot. Bring this guy back. Bring this guy back.
Thanks, guys.
This is inspiring. Everybody is just chipping in different things, and Nnamdi, you've been a great blessing to us.
Thank you so much.
And we didn't need to go to Harvard to get you. We didn't need to go to Yale to get you. It is just right here in Nigeria, and you're doing awesome stuff. Thank you very, very much. I will contact you personally because I think my company needs people like you to help us grow. And this is me giving a thumbs up to him. I am vouching that Nnamdi is going to help you grow your business. I'm vouching that Nnamdi can help you do this, and I have seen him work before. So thumbs up from me. Thanks for coming. I need to the program. Thanks, Nnamdi, for coming to the studio today. I will definitely hit you up and get back to you.
All right, man. Cheers.
Thanks. So this has been with Nnamdi Ibe. And guys, like I said, this is the book I'm reading this week. Make sure you go grab one if you can. It's an awesome book. It helps me grow my business. It helps me, teach me a lot about it. It's from Brendan Kane, 1 million followers. Now, also, this is an inspirational thing. Next on Friday, we have an awesome person coming to the house. She is currently the country manager of Jumia. She's currently the country manager at Jumia in Nigeria, and she's going to be talking to us on Friday. Please don't miss it. If you have any question for her, Omolara will be here telling us about her story. You also know she's a fitness expert, and she's been doing a lot during this time. And Tuesday next week, we have Adewale Yusuf coming into the house. Adewale Yusuf, I'm going to give you a small snippet of his life. Adewale who used to be a security guard just less than 4 years ago, used to be a security guard earning less than 15 to 20,000 bucks, but he's coming into the studio. He is coming to tell his life story to us, and how today he's running one of the biggest. He's running one of the biggest platforms in Africa. Thank you very much for being part of us. We're going to be having these guys next week. Please connect with us on Friday by 5 p.m. and you will definitely get to hear about it. Thank you for being part of the show. Thank you for being part of the show. God bless you. Thanks for joining us with Nnamdi today. I will be dropping a link, and you can connect with me, connect with simeon@gmail.com. Send me an email if you want to talk to Nnamdi, and I will definitely connect you guys through. So this is me saying thank you for being part of this show. God bless you. Till we meet on Friday. This is me saying ciao.
Look around you, where you are right now. As you're watching this, look around your house. There are tools you have you're not using that can actually fetch you a whole lot of funds.
Forget about what people are saying. Don't listen to what people are saying. What people say about you or think about you is none of your business.
Many entrepreneurs want to build a business at the same time feed from the business. It cannot work. In Lagos,
but you just get to do something. Stop waiting for manna to fall from heaven.
never you at any point think you have 100% strength. It's not possible. So as a leader, you focus on your strength 100%, then your weakness, you get someone to fill it in. Now, the person you are bringing in, ensure that the person's weakness is your strength.
You have to come with something to the table. So what are you coming with as a woman? What are you bringing? Is it your intellect? Is it your beauty? We all know that beauty doesn't help anybody. If not, I'll be where Dangote is today.
Please, if you are listening to me, Don't try and sell what is not sellable if you don't have the funds to push it.
Thank you for connecting with Simeon Ononobi today. Live sessions hold every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Please turn on post notifications for live updates.